Welcome to Cord Cutting Today, the show where I break down some of the biggest stories happening in the world of cord cutting right now and give you my opinion on them. Now, this is my opinion. If you want to learn more about these stories, check out the show notes down below and in the first pinned comment. I'm going to put a link to every story I talk about here so you can read them for yourself and come up with your own opinions. I'd love to hear from you. Also, hey, if you like what we do here, don't forget to check out my general tech review channel, The Breakdown with Luke. I'll put a link to it in the show notes down below if you want to check out our other YouTube channel. And lastly, hey, do me a big favor. Let YouTube know you enjoy what we do here so YouTube recommends our videos to more people, helping us grow, helping us support our families. Just hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up. Doing one or both lets YouTube know you enjoy what we do here. It's a huge help. We would appreciate your support, and hopefully we can help you break free from the high cost of cable TV and still watch the shows you enjoy. All right, let's start off with a breaking news story on Amazon. So last week, Amazon broke down some information about their new home internet service. Amazon hopes this home internet service will bring high-speed internet to 400 million people around the world in areas with limited or no internet options. Much like SpaceX's Starlink internet service, Amazon is launching satellites, or plans to start launching soon, satellites into space to start offering high-speed internet from space to ground. Now, these are much lower, much faster satellites than what you're typically used to when you think of space satellite internet. Typically, old internet from space systems were very high fixed orbit. These are low Earth orbit, much lower, much faster internet connections. Works a lot better. But Amazon has broken down the speeds you should be expecting with this. And it starts off with their standard version. This comes with an antenna that's 11 inches square by 1 inch thick and will offer 400 down internet speeds up to that. I'll give you a reference here. One 4K stream on Netflix will only need about 15 down. For every 15 down, you can do an additional 4K stream of Netflix, for example. So 400 down is a lot of internet speed to watch 4K video, surf the web, even play video games, and a whole lot more. Now, if you need more, there will be a Pro version from Amazon that will come with an 11 by 30 inch antenna that's 1 inch thick and also offer speeds up to 1 gigabit. Now, 1 gigabit is kind of the gold standard of the max internet. I know Comcast and others are rushing out 10 gigabit internet. And this is kind of a response to a growing number of providers being able to offer you a gigabit internet. It used to be your cable company, and in areas with fiber from your phone company, you could get it. Now, increasingly, many companies out there are offering gigabit connections, and it really does put pressure on them. And then there's a last version. So there's 3 versions of this Amazon Home Internet. And the last version will be their portable one. Now, this is a 7-inch square antenna, a much smaller version of their antennas. And this will only go up to 100 megabits down. Now, this is really meant for people who are backpacking, RVers, and other people who want to take their internet with them. They want to travel. Maybe they're taking it to camping or conventions and other places. And you want to make sure you always have high-speed internet wherever you go. 100 down is fast enough, like I said, to do 4K streaming, even gaming for a lot of people, and more with that. And again, the 100 down portable version is really targeting those people who want to take their internet with them wherever they are. So we don't know pricing yet. Amazon has not announced that. We do expect, from what we've heard, that Amazon's internet will be very competitively priced. SpaceX right now starts their internet at $90. I know some people are saying $90 is crazy. I won't pay that for home internet. I get it a lot cheaper. Other people who live in areas where internet options are not plentiful are saying that's actually not a bad price, especially for the speed. So that kind of varies. If you live in a town with 3 or 4 options for home internet, maybe T-Mobile, Verizon, home internet, maybe a cable provider, a DSL provider, a fiber provider, you may not be looking at this. But there's a lot of people who live in areas where that's not the case, and they would kill for options like this. All right, let's keep moving along. Now that we broke down everything about Amazon's home internet, hey, let's see if I can save you some money real quick. According to a study, 42% of Americans are paying for subscription services they're not using. That could be music, that could be video services. How many of us have either been signed up for something that we didn't actually realize we were signed up for, or signed up for something and then just forgot about it, forgot to cancel it? Well, Rocket Money has a new app that will allow you to scan all your bank accounts and look for subscriptions to different streaming services. And right from the Rocket Money app, you can unsubscribe to them. I have a full story breaking this all down, but I bring this up. I know I've talked about this in the past because so many Americans, even at $5 a month, that price can really add up, and so many Americans are paying money to services they're not using. A quick scan of your bank account could help you save a lot of money with that. I did see also somebody talked about how they only subscribe to things through like Amazon channels or the Roku channel or other similar places where they can manage all their subscriptions in one place. Honestly, not a bad idea. I think more and more people will be seeing that as a benefit. I like to use Amazon channels a lot because it just puts it in my Amazon app and everything is just kind of in one spot too. But keep in mind, are you paying for an old music service? Or you got Spotify and Apple Music, for example? Maybe you don't need both. Maybe it's time to review what you're subscribed to. All right, let's keep moving along. Walmart is upgrading 1,000 of their stores, has upgraded or is upgrading, to a new store of tomorrow format. Now, we kind of talked about this in my breakdown channel last year when this was announced, but Walmart has big plans to remodel all their stores with a new layout and new technology to help make it even smarter. Using AI and cameras, for example, to track inventory and even to track things like, hey, how many shopping carts are at the front door? Do we need to send an employee to go get more shopping carts? Instead of having a manager check that, AI can kind of ding and say, hey, we're down below a preset number of shopping carts at the front door. It's time to go get more from the parking lot, for example. But there'll also be newly laid out stores, interactive displays to help you find items in the stores and help you see ads. They're better, more targeted ads for each region with that. Now, if you use the Walmart app, you're probably familiar with the idea that I can say, hey, I'm in it's the text where you are based on your IP or your GPS, all that. Lets you search a Walmart store and tell you exactly where items are. Now they're going to be putting displays like that in the store so you can easily find stuff without having to track down a Walmart associate. They also hope that with these newly laid out stores that they'll be able to better serve you, get you check out faster, probably make you buy more stuff, and a whole lot more. Now, that's about 1/4 of the stores that Walmart has. I suspect that they will upgrade, at least in the United States, I suspect that they will be upgrading the remaining 4,000 and change stores in the years to come. But look for a bigger reliance on self-checkout, bigger reliance on automation. We're already seeing things like automatic robot self-driving floor cleaners, using cameras to track inventory, and a whole lot more to get better experience. Walmart, like most companies right now, are struggling with staffing, and these are ways to be able to use the current staff they have more efficiently. And that's a lot of what I think they're really trying to target here with this remodel, plus the ability to offer better experience for you, which hopefully means you will come in and spend more money. Has your local Walmart been updated and upgraded to this new layout? Leave me a comment. Let me know. I'd love to hear what you think of the new Walmart layout. All right, YouTube TV announced last week, and we talked about it last Friday. If you didn't see this one, the YouTube TV price hike, if you want all the details on that, check out the video entitled YouTube TV price hike. Just go back a few days in the videos here and you'll find my thoughts on that. But there's a deal right now that can help you get YouTube TV for just $42.99. New YouTube TV subscribers right now can get 3 months of $10 off each month with YouTube TV. So check that out. But if you have select American Express cards, I find it's most, but some of them, like airline cards, for example, do not give you this discount. But in the card reward section on American Express right now, they're offering $20 off as a bill credit if you subscribe to YouTube TV and pay for it through your American Express card for 3 months. Those two discounts combined are $42.99. So if you're new to YouTube TV, been thinking about trying it, or worried about the price hike and you missed out on the cheaper price, or if you're an American Express card holder and you want to check out this deal, link in the show notes down below to get YouTube TV for $42.99. Now, next story up, the FCC is cracking down on what's been a loophole in the do not call list, and that's text messages. Text message spam has becoming more and more popular. Increasingly, spam calls have been becoming harder for them to do for a variety of reasons. My Google phone screens about 90% of these spam calls. It does a really good job with it. And carriers have been really cracking down on it, so has the FCC. So a lot of scammers have moved to text messages. You've probably seen those, either advertisements or just straight up scams. I think your bank account's being burglarized or whatever. But the FCC last week voted 4-0 to implement new rules to require companies to crack down on scam text messages and adding text messages to the do not call list. So now you can request not to just be not called by a company, but not to be texted by a company, with the risk of them getting a severe fine for that. So check it out. I'm very excited. I love this feature. Text message spam has become a lot more on my phone. I know Google has done a good job of separating text message spam into its own area. And 99% of the time it's accurate. Very rarely do I get false positives, but still annoying to get it. So I'm hoping that this new push here, and they say they will continue to develop new technology just to try to fight text message spam. All right, speaking of the FCC has agreed to work with SpaceX and T-Mobile being the main partners, but others, to bring satellite to phone service. Now, the idea here is that no matter where you are through SpaceX's Starlink satellites, your phone will be able to get a phone call, a text message, and SOS message. Apple's been working on this with select providers. T-Mobile has partnered with SpaceX to do this. And the idea is to start with text messaging to start, data and phone calls later, but the FCC has agreed to work hand in hand to help create technologies and standards that will allow this to work smoothly across multiple carriers, multiple phones, and a whole lot more, which I absolutely love. Very soon, no matter where you are, if you're out hiking, if you're out boondocking, and you get yourself in trouble, you'll be able to call for help no matter what. Even if there's not a tower next to you, being able to send SOS through a satellite will help rescuers find you. I think this is a great way here, not just boondocking, but there's a major natural disaster that knocks out your local tower. You'll still be able to call for help through this because there'll be this satellites up in space. So keep that in mind. But let me know, does that excite you? I think this is great that no matter what the natural disaster in the future may be, the satellites will allow us to ensure that we'll be able to always be connected to the help that we may need. All right, last story up of the day. He Streams IPTV owner gets prison time and $3 million in fines. The owner of the TV IPTV service had kind of a unique way of doing his illegal IPTV service, and that's actually he found a vulnerability that allowed him to stream directly from the official streaming apps for like Major League Baseball, for example. And he was selling that to customers that wanted to get access to sporting events, allowing him to connect there. Well, this has earned him 3 years in jail and a $3 million fine. But what I find interesting here is he actually went to Major League Baseball and said, hey, I found a vulnerability in your system. Would you pay me for me to show you how there's a vulnerability out there, how we can help you close that so other people can't access your streams illegally? The FBI said, hey, or the MLB said, hey, we don't pay you or pay people for these kind of things. And they called the FBI and turned him in there because they saw, I think he was illegally reselling access through that back door. Probably if he hadn't been doing that, he would have just maybe got a reward, maybe not. But it doesn't look like the Major League Baseball was too happy with him coming to them. And the FBI called it extortion. I don't know if that's the proper term, but they prosecuted him for this. And it's one more IPTV service that's been shut down. Now, IPTV services are live TV streaming services, but they're not legal. They're often done by setting up a bunch of cable boxes in somebody's home and then streaming all those networks out to different companies. He found another way to do it by illegally accessing, for example, MLB.TV and reselling access to that. But the reason I want to talk about this is if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. An increasing number of companies are going after illegal IPTV services. Ace, which is a conglomerate of Dish and Disney and Fox and so many other people out there, are going after these illegal services and doing their best to crack down on them. So keep a very close eye on this. There's a lot happening in the world of cord cutting that's great and legal. Supporting illegal services does not help cord cutting a lot. So leave me a comment. Let me know what you think of all these stories today. Well, that's it for today. I'll be back tomorrow with another video. If you missed over the weekend, I did a top 5 Fire TV Pro tips. About 1 week ago, I did a top 5 Roku TV tips to help you get the most out of those 2 devices. And I'll be working on other ones for like Google TV, Apple TV, and more in the future. But check out my videos from the last few days. I hope you all have a fantastic day. I'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Be safe. I'll talk to you again real soon.